Hello everyone, and thanks for watching. This is day 30 for the Unity Game Development Journal. So 1 month in, 4 weeks down, we're really moving along here. And up to this point, what I've been doing is testing a lot of ideas. I've been writing a lot of scripts to test those ideas. I've been using a lot of sample tile sets, sample sprites, and just thinking about how this game can be built. Now that we're 1 month in, and I've started the tile set, um, I think things are moving a much more closer to the final product, where we're starting to work on things that are actually going to end up in the game, which is amazing. And today I spent all day, it's Sunday, had a ton of hours to put into this, and I started the Overworld map, which I am loving it. So, if you watched yesterday's video, you could see I got a good start on the tile set, which I worked a little bit on today, and I said that I was going to work on the map to see what kinds of things I needed to add or change in the tile set, which is always a good tip to do sort of back and forth between your tile set and your tile map, and you can see what things need to be changed or fixed or added. So I've already found a few things I'm going to need to tweak on this tile set, so it's important. This is an important step. Not only that, it's getting me very excited for this game because just seeing this world come together and the different possibilities for gameplay in here, like the hidden areas and the tactics you need to use to find different spots and all that kind of stuff is just really exciting. So this map, which is about a third of it, is drawn here. It comes up, and the way I'm dividing this is based on the story, which isn't complete yet, but I have a gist of how the story is going to go. And I have something in my head with sort of how this map can be laid out, following the traditional RPG style, but also blending that into how our story is going to be. I'm going to divide the overworld map into three main zones. The upper zone, which I haven't drawn yet up here, is going to be an elf area. So this is the elf, I don't know, country or whatever, countryside. And then down here at the bottom of the map is going to be the earth, or the human world. So this is going to take the majority of the map because the majority of the story takes place in the human world. But it's going to go about halfway. And separating the two areas, the elf world to the human world, I guess it's all in the same world. I just refer to it as worlds. Separating those two zones will be this dead zone. So there's going to be like this area where the grass is like barely growing. It's this weird green color. The trees are like red, and it's just this weird, scary zone between the two areas that's going to divide them. There's going to be a large chunk on the left here, and then it's going to cut through the map all the way to the right, dividing the two areas. So you have to cross this dead zone to get from one elf world to the human world. I think that's a really cool concept, and we can utilize that in the story. Maybe that's where the climax of the story ends up in this dead zone area, right? Um, but so far, I'm loving how this is working. The terracing of the land and the elevation of the land I have is really coming together, which is going to allow me to have nice waterfall features. Um, the bottom left corner here is the lowest area, then it terraces up to this area with the water on it now, and a little village and some secret passages and some secret areas that are a little bit tricky to get to, so you'll have to find different ways of getting to those areas. And then there's a waterfall up to a higher terraced area up here for the human world. And then from that point on up into the elf world, it's going to start terracing up quite a bit with a lot of waterfalls and things. And I think that's going to be a really cool effect. And this dead zone is just going to sort of find its way through all of that. It's going to be at the lowest level, but it's going to cut through the two different terraced land masses. So really, really excited to have that come together. Hopefully I'll just keep working on this, and as soon as I'm done the map, I can move on to other things. But I really want to get this map done first. Let's talk about a couple of the things I need to fix on the tile set. I'm going to zoom in here. So I started this area first, and I came across my trees, which are really coming together great on how they can blend together with very few tiles. I am missing a couple tiles, like these two right here. Will need a tile design that'll sort of blend that inside corner. That same thing ends up happening here, and then one tile for there will finish that inside corner to blend that. So that's 3 extra tiles I need to design there. Um, for the maze I've done here, I realized that I did not have a T intersection for the stone wall, so I'm going to have to design one of those, which is going to be fairly easy, but that's another couple tiles that need to be designed for the stone wall, which I'll do that, and then I can clean up a lot of this maze, which is going to be great. Another thing I want to do is have a way of blending the stone walls into these cliff edges. So I'm going to blend that in so there'll be like a little connection tile there. As well as I debated doing a connection between the trees and the wall. That might be a cool thing to do as well, just to have those clean details finished. Down here I have an area where the trees come across, and then I have a cliff here. And the way that everything is designed now, I'm left with a gap here, which would be nice if I had the trees come right in and blend into that cliff edge. So I might do a couple tiles just to have that be able to happen. Other than that, everything's looking really good. I did figure out on my bridges how I might fix those. I currently set the background to transparent because I didn't know how they were going to work. But so far I've put everything onto one layer in this tile map, which would be amazing if I could do the whole thing in one layer for the visuals. So in order to make that happen, what I'm going to have to do is take some of the end caps for the bridges, make one end cap for sand and one end cap for grass, and then the middle sections I'll just have the background of water, and then I can build any connection I want. I can stick in a grass one here, a sand one there, and vice versa, and then the middle is water, and in any combination. I'm not necessarily always going to have sand and grass. I just happen to be that way for now. There might be bridges from grass to grass. Actually, I'm almost certain there will be in different colors, so that's going to be something that's going to work out great if I do that. Um, Another thing here, maybe I want a connection between the wood fences and the stone wall. That's not necessary, but it might be cool to do. The last thing I'll talk about here is the roofs. Now in the tile map, if I bring this over here, this is not, there we go. You can see I have the roof dormers, which I have transparent background on them right now because I didn't know how they were going to work. But I have an idea on how I can put the shingle background where it needs to be, and then I can use it on one layer. I can just grab this and stick it on this roof, and it'll work all in the same layer, which the final product would be amazing if I could get everything on one layer. So I'm gonna try and do that, where I can blend these dormers into the roof without having to do multiple layers. And that's that. That's pretty much everything that I have done today. Huge progress. Really, really exciting to see these things come together. The map will take a few more days to finish at least. And then obviously they'll be tweaking through gameplay. I'll have to figure out what works, what doesn't work, and how I can tweak things. But this is a huge leap forward to the final game, getting the map done. And then I can apply all the stuff I worked on last month for getting the character to do things and the map to generate things. I can all put it together to start working on a game. So thanks for tuning in. Day 30 done. Subscribe if this is the first time you've been here. Leave a comment if you have any questions or comments. And if you like the video, drop me a like. So thank you very much, and we'll talk to you later.